Hi guys, it's Elliot here from the Product Management team at Soundcraft. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the SI Impact mixing console. The SI Impact is a 40-input digital mixing console. And that can be broken down into 32 mic line inputs plus 4 stereo effects returns. Now, each of those 40 inputs can be mixed to a maximum of 35 buses. And they can be broken down into 14 mono mix buses, 6 of which can be made stereo, 4 stereo matrix buses, 4 dedicated effects send buses, and a left, right, and mono bus there. Every one of those inputs and every one of the 35 mix buses gets a full complement of channel processing. But this isn't any old channel processing. This is processing from industry standard brands. There's no inspired by disclaimers or dodgy naming conventions in this console. This is genuine processing from the brands themselves. We can see that we have a variable high pass filter, a DBX noise gate with sidechain filters, a DBX compressor, a 4-band fully parametric EQ that we've tuned ourselves here at Soundcraft, and 500 milliseconds of delay for phase alignment of input sources and all that kind of thing. If we take a look at just one of those 35 buses, you can see that we also have a variable high pass filter, a DBX compressor, 4-band fully parametric EQ, 500 milliseconds of sample delay on the outputs. That's great for time aligning speakers further back in the venue. Every one of those mix buses also features a graphic EQ, and that's inserted all the time. If I had to add up all of that processing power and convert it into rack units, there's actually over 300 rack units of power in this console. Now, continuing on the processing theme, we also have genuine Lexical effects. Now, this isn't any software stuff, this is actual genuine Lexical hardware that you'd find in a rack mount unit. You have 4 mono to stereo processors in total, and each processor contains reverbs, delays, modulation effects and pitch effects, as well as variations of those. There's 29 in total, so there's plenty to keep you busy. Now, up here on the top left of the console, we have our Acs section. Now, it looks like there's quite a lot going on here, but this is much the same as you'd find on an analog channel strip. But instead of repeating a channel strip 40 times, we're in the digital world. We've just given you one channel strip that you can assign to each channel at any given time, just by using the select buttons here. That means there's no screens to navigate, there's no menus or hidden stuff that you can't see at any time. It's all there and it's all available to you at all times. You can see at the moment we're mixing just the standard left-right, so I can turn the kick, snare and guitars up into my left-right bus. But now if I want to mix to aux 1 for my singer's wedge, I can just press the mix 1 key here, and now I'm mixing to mix 1. I can just turn up the vocals, some guitars, all that kind of thing. Straight into mix 1. We have mixes 1 to 14 here. We can just scroll through like this. We also have effects 1 to 4 here. So I can mix to my reverb or to my delay. Simple as that. And we can also access our matrix sends here as well. You can see here, all the faders are lit up yellow. Yellow means pre-fade bus. So now, if I'm controlling these faders here, I know they're mixing to a monitor bus somewhere. Mix 1 in this case. If I wasn't mixing in any mix bus, and I come out of here and the faders are blank, I know I'm mixing to the left-right. We also have more colors. So, pre-fade bus here. Green is for a post-fade bus. Blue is for an effects send. Orange is for a matrix. Now, dark blue is for VCAs. This console has 8 VCAs, and these represent the 8 VCA masters. And red is for the graphic EQ. You can see here, faders are red. They've got an indent in the middle, so you know you're at the 0 dB point. And you can also reset the faders using the on buttons. Each of the layers comes configured out the factory. However, you can customize those layers to display whatever you'd like. So all I have to do is just select the fader that I want to change, Come into fader setup here, scroll down to VCA and click VCA 1. Now you can see this fader is now controlling VCA 1. This means you can build the layer to suit the application. If you're a monitor guy, you may want to see most of your monitor sends and maybe a couple of stereos. Or if you're a front of house guy, you may not be interested in monitor sends, you just want effects returns and input channels on the first layer. You can do that no problem. Populated in option card slot 1 of all SI impacts is a Midi USB combo card. So from this one card, we can hook up the Midi port to a stage box, which I'll show you in a second. And with the USB port, we can turn our SI Impact live console into a 32 by 32 channel audio interface. So here I have a mini stage box 32. And as you can see, this has 32 mic line inputs, 8 analog outputs via XLR, and a further 8 AES outputs for things like stage wedges or some crown amplifiers as well. Well, that pretty much concludes this SI Impact overview. It's been a very, very brief overview, so I encourage you to take a good look at the user manual and get stuck into the interface at your local store and really learn the console for yourself. I think you're going to be impressed.